Good morning, folks. Let's see if I can't get here. All right. So, there's a couple things I want to address this morning. The first one being that the justice system is completely, utterly broke. I say that because we're looking at not only the court case with AJ, and I'm sure those of you who know who I'm talking about are like, oh yeah, that was a character, and it was a character of a trial. I mean, it was like cartoonish. Including the punitive damages. Come on, man. Come on. Somebody's butt hurt over a comment, and you're going to charge the person who made the comment, even though they have free speech coverage under the Constitution? Come on, man. Yeah, folks, we have a Constitution, and we have amendments to the Constitution for a reason. If they get away with it with someone who is out there in the media spotlight, what do you think they're going to do to you and me? If they want to shut us up, what do you think they're going to do? Okay, do you think they're going to sit there and say, "Oh well, you're small potatoes, you don't mean nothing. We're just going to ignore you"? No. They're going to take everything you own, every penny that you have, and they're going to leave you destitute and ruin your life because you absolutely dared to follow the rule of law and the Constitution, and you dared to execute your rights. That in and of itself was bad enough. And I was thinking about putting up a video just concerning that. And I was trying to gather my thoughts on how I wanted to address it, because a lot of people do watch this man, whether you see him as an actor or a cartoonist, or whatever, okay? A lot of people watch him, all right? And because you disagree with what he says does not mean that you have the right to try and utterly destroy him, okay? You don't have that right, all right? The man is, by all sense of common decency, he's a journalist. So let's get this right. So the lawyer sits there and says that he wants to close down his discourse with this individual, and he wants to make it so that no one else can do what AJ did. That means you don't want the truth. That tells me that all you want is everyone following the party line. And if you don't follow the party line, then, well, off to the gulag you go. Yes, folks, that's communistic. That is very communistic in thoughts. Okay? That is not what freedom is about. If we did not have freedom, okay? If we did not have freedom, I want you to think about this right now. If we did not have the freedom and the Constitution, we would not have the right as women to vote, because the suffrage movement, way back when, the suffrage movement would have been halted. Okay? We would not have civil rights, because Dr. Martin Luther King would have been snatched up, thrown in a gulag, and silenced for his disinformation discourse. You cannot silence the opposing side and not be tyrannical. Okay? You can't do that. You have to have the opposing side, even if you disagree with it. That is the only way you have the full truth. If only one side is seen and only one side promoted, then you do not have the full truth. You only have partial truth, okay? So that's number one that I want to discuss about this morning. Number two was the miscarriage and the overstepping by the nice three-letter agency that went into a former president's home and raided it and broke into, get this now, I want you to get this now, they broke into his safe. Now, I don't know about you, but I know that most safes cost thousands of dollars. And if you break into it, now that safe has to be replaced. Do you think they're going to pay for that? No. So, that being aside, what did he do that was so egregious that they had to go and raid his home? Well, here's what he did. 70 of the candidates which he promoted won their primaries. So this whole raid, I don't care what everybody's saying. I don't care what you say, what they say. Oh, well, it was about classified information, blah, blah, blah. Okay, that's the media line. Okay, I'm telling you what's going on. This was a political move to try and silence him and shut him up by using guerrilla and strongman tactics like they do over in Cuba and Venezuela. And let's think about this now. This is not our country, folks. This is not our country. And until we stand up and start holding our congressmen and our leaderships accountable for their actions, and until we start holding ourselves accountable for our actions, instead of going, well, the boss said to do this, I know this is wrong, this is not right, but the boss said to do it, so that's what I'm going to do. Okay? No. All right? You have to stand up for your rights, or you will not have any rights. Okay? That's just the way it is. And I'm sorry, my phone keeps falling off of my dash. I need to get one of those little carriers, but I don't have one. So that's what I have for you this morning. I want you to think about my words and think about what you as a citizen of the United States, what is being taken away from you. The first thing is your freedom of speech is being removed. Okay. The second thing is your freedom of unlawful searches and seizures. Okay. That is actually in the law, by the way. Okay. The third thing that's being removed from you is your right to life and happiness, because they're going to tax the living crap out of us and take everything that we've worked really hard for and they're going to take it all away from us and pat their own pockets, because they don't want a middle class. They want the elites and the slaves. That's what they want. And I hate to put it in those terms, but this is where we have come to at this point in our society. And if the good people don't stand up and start voting these people out from the local level all the way up, and if our law enforcement agencies, which have been voted in, I'm talking to you sheriffs around the country, if you don't start standing up and holding accountable these supposed law enforcement entities that are overstepping the law, then we do not have a law system. We have anarchy, and the minute that happens, chaos reigns. And you, the law enforcement agencies, are the ones who are going to be the first ones took out. Okay? I hate to say that, but I think that those of you who have been out here and gone into situations where no one had your back, and unfortunately in some situations it was life or death, you know exactly what I mean by that. So we need to stop sitting on our behinds and get up off our butts. And if you can't do anything else but vote, then go vote. And I'm not telling you what candidate to vote for. I'm not telling you that, hey, go vote for this guy or that guy. I'm telling you, vote your conscience, and let's get this country back on a lawful setting, which is the Constitution, which is what this whole country is built on. Now, we need to do that so that we still have a free society. Because right now, we're heading into tyrant territory. And, I don't care. I don't care what political party you think is better than the other one. What I'm telling you is we have to get back to the rule of law. What is going on is unconscionable. It's tyrannical, and this is not our country. I don't know where these people coming from who haven't read the Constitution that are in these public offices. How about this, folks? How about you go pick up a copy of the Constitution and read it for yourselves? Okay? Don't have anyone interpret it for you. You go read it and read what the words say. Because the minute you have someone interpret it for you, then you're going by what they think it says, and not what you know it says. So, that's what I have for you this morning. And I'm a little bit fired up, but yeah, I kind of had to come out and give my 2 cents worth. Now, if you can, please go donate to AJ, because what's happening to him, if it happens to him, if they take his freedom of speech, then they're going to come after all the rest of us, and then we're just, I'm going to put it bluntly, and I'm sorry if you're under 18, but we're just shit out of luck. Okay? So, I'm driving to work, so I got to go, and y'all have a blessed day. Bicycle!